Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly Monetize Your Skills private membership training and webinar series. We hope that you had an awesome day today, and for those depending on where you are in the world, today of course is February the 14th, so happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you. Hope your day was filled with lots of love. As you can see, I'm in red today. That's my wife and I went out to have a dinner. And so I don't know what you did, but hopefully whatever you did was wonderful and your day was great. But I hope all of our days will be filled with love, because we want to have love every single day. Alrighty, so we're going to delve into it. What are we going to learn today? Today's webinar is Power Pack, because being today's Valentine's all over the world, depending on where you are, but love is in the air. So nonetheless, we want to take that. We want to be relevant. So we're going to talk about love, specifically how love makes you happy, successful, and fulfilled. That's right. Love itself, that simple four-letter word, can make you a happy person, a successful person, and a fulfilled person. Don't overlook this. All right. Love truly makes a difference. All right. So again, for those who might be new, always every single week, I still have to introduce myself, because we have people who are accessing us via Facebook and different places and may, be new to our community. So my name is Chance, and I help professionals and entrepreneurs and ministry leaders to be able to monetize their skills. Why? This is our big why. So that they can make a lasting impact, fund their dreams, and sustain whether it be their mission, business, ministry, or their message. Every one of us, we have a message. We have something to share with the world, and we help to give the tools and strategies that you need, especially in the digital world, to be able to make those things a reality. So I've published now over 10 books, and my books are used as avenues to gain access to people, and also to share my message and to inspire and encourage and help people to live out their full potentials. And I hope that you will create books and products and different things along those lines as a member of Monetize Your Skills Academy or Strategic Secrets University. I've been able to meet a lot of people again because of monetizing my own skills. So here I am with three of some of the top peoples in the world: Adam Ginsberg, internet millionaire; Dr. Willie Jolly, one of the top 5 outstanding speakers of the world; and Dr. Clarice Fluid, who is also an advisor, master coach, motivational speaker, and who also does 7 figures. So we get to connect with people when we share our message, when we monetize our skills, when we create, take the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience, education we have, and leverage them beyond our regular circle of influence to be able to now be a blessing and reach many, many more people. So tonight, this webinar, again, join us. Make sure every week, put on your calendar, every single week, we're going to be talking about a topic that can help you to up level either it's your life, your career, your business, your ministry, anything along those lines. We want you to be able to utilize the strategies that we teach. We bring other people on from time to time as well to share with you what is working now, current best practices for you to implement. And if you take actions, I'm telling you, if you take actions, you will see results and your life will change in this year. So how does love make us happy, successful, and fulfilled? Well, I hope you're ready to take notes. The first thing we want to do is we're going to define love. What is love? Everybody have their own view of what love is, right? And we use the word very loosely in our society. One could say, I love pizza, and in the same breath, I love my spouse, and I love my dog, and I love soccer, or I love basketball. But when you really break that down, do you truly love basketball the way you love your children, your people? Do we love people the same way we love pets? Do we love people the same way we love things? So that word in English, sometimes it's just that one simple word, but in other languages there are, it's compounded. There's so many different variants to it. But in English we just say one word, love. But nonetheless, let's just take it for what it is at face value. So I went to the dictionary, and here are many definitions of love, because it incorporates all these different things. So love is a great interest, operative word being great, because it has to be like intense, right? A great interest or pleasure in something or for someone, an intense feeling. So it's not just a feeling, but it's an intense feeling for something or for someone. Or deep affection. So it's not just affection, it's deep. So the word that goes before it qualifies what comes after. So love is a deep affection that we show or have for people, for things, or for whatever it may be. So that's how we can begin to understand love. Here's some other words, some synonyms. Fondness for, tenderness towards, intimacy, endearment, devotion to, adoration, even worship. Very strong word, right? Look at that. Passion, compassion, warmth, yearning, care, and caring. These are all ways that people understand and receive and give love. Lastly, love can also be concern for, friendliness, friendship, kindness, charity, goodwill, sympathy, kindness, okay, unselfishness, which is very important, benevolence, and philanthropy or giving. So generosity, all of these are acts of love or elements of love, but they don't always really still define true love. We understand. So now, the reason why we can begin to see why love can make us happy, successful, and also satisfied or fulfilled is, let me ask you the question. Let's just look at these face value definitions or synonyms for the word love. Do you want to be in a relationship with someone who has deep, intense feelings and affection for you, right? Do you want to hire somebody who is friendly, unselfish, benevolent, kind, has goodwill, sympathetic, and compassionate about people or your mission? You see what we getting at? So already you begin to see that having these qualities of love or embodying these qualities of love paves the way for having a successful life. Because if you begin to look for these qualities in people that you hire, work with, associate with, you can see your joy will go up, right? Because if you look at the opposite of these now, do you want to be around somebody who is selfish? Do you want to be around somebody who is not kind? Do you want to be around somebody who is just simply receiving all the time but never giving, right? They're not charitable, right? Do you want to be, around people who are not tender-hearted, right? So that's what we are talking about. So love already, we are seeing here why it is a quality, it is a trait, it's a value, principle, that if people will begin to focus more on this simple four-letter word, then they can have more of joy and happiness in their life. Now, let me ask you a question. If somebody is friendly towards you, wouldn't you feel a little more happy? If someone is charitable to you and showing you benevolence, generosity, all of these things, deep affection, warmth, they're caring for you, wouldn't that bring you happiness? Of course it would. Of course it would. So love, when we begin to get reacquainted with this quality, this principle, right, this virtue, then we begin to understand that love can definitely make things better for us. Another thing I want you to look at is this. Love is a divine quality because we know that there are many layers to it, right? Again, in the English, we only have that simple one word love. But again, when we look at it from a spiritual perspective, there are different elements of love. There's filial love or brotherly love, right? We have eros love, which most people again assimilate with love, but that has to do with more of the erotic sexual type of love, right? And so we have storge, we have also agape love, which is now that unconditional type of love, which is hard for us because here's what we love people, or we want people to love us unconditionally, but it's hard for us to love others unconditionally. So that's why this kind of love, this quality of love, this nature of love is a divine thing. So 1 John 4:7-8 gives us an interesting element of why love is divine. It says, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God, and they know God. Whoever does not love does not know God. Why? Because God is love. So when you look at that there, if God is love, then love is divine. Love is a spiritual quality. It's a spiritual trait. And that's why it is also easy to have the opposite of love. So when we look at love again, we want to understand that it's not just simply something to have. Love, therefore, is a noun, right? Because it says God is love. He embodies love. Love is, when you think of love in its truest, purest form, it is divine. So love is a noun, right? Love is also a verb, right? It's an action. So those are what we know already, like we spoke on earlier, right? The benevolence, the doing of love. So that's what I'm saying. You can't just say you love somebody and we don't do the action. And that's why many people don't feel love, because they don't receive, they don't see the action. They hear it with their ears, but they're not seeing the action. So love is a noun. Love is a person, right? That's why we ourselves need to become love. And then love is also the verb, the doing. Love is action oriented. Love is practice. Love is lived out, demonstrated, right? So again, Paul, the Apostle Paul, Dr. Paul tells us that God demonstrated his love. So we don't just hear about his love, we see it manifested because he demonstrates it. So you have to demonstrate love. So first you want to be able to receive love. Some people find it difficult to receive love. You open your heart, open your mind, open your soul to receive love from God, the Creator, the Divine, because when you embody his love that he gives you and you receive love from him unconditionally, so the vertical is there, now the horizontal will take care of itself. Even when people don't reciprocate love to you, you are already love, because again, love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. So if God is love and we begin to love, then we are embodying the divine trait of the Creator. Now, we love to feel the mushy part of love, and that's okay, right? But sometimes again, that's where people get caught up into a lot of emotionalism. So love also is an emotion, but it's more than that. Love is a principle, and love is divine. So look at how 1 Corinthians 13 describes love, and it actually calls it's the greatest of all gifts. Love suffers long. We're not seeing anything about mushiness, right? So love is patient, therefore. Love endures. Love is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. It's not boastful. It's not prideful, right? Love is not rude. Love is not self-seeking. Remember the description, the first set of description, right? Love is unselfish, right? It's not easily provoked. Love does not delight in or dwell in evil. Love is not dark. Love is pure. Love is light. So when you have love, you are full of light. And people who have light do not walk in darkness. And when you are full of love and full of light, you can be happy. And when you are happy and full of light, then you have directions to guide you into the path of being successful. And if I'm full of radiant light and joy and happiness, then therefore I will be fulfilled. So a lot of people are not fulfilled because they are still seeking love externally. First, you have to be connected with the divine, receive his love, because when you have love from God, it enables and empowers you to love other people, even though they don't love you or love you back to the degree that you think they ought to. Why? Because your love is complete, right? Your love is already complete. So you ought not to, be starving, as it were, for love. Now, of course, we want people to do things around us to help us with that love. But at the same time, what I'm telling you first is fill up vertically with that kind of love. Because spiritual love, that's the divine love, is the purest of love, right? So what else does love do? Love does not rejoice again in evil, but it rejoices in the truth. It bears all things. Right? Love is strong. Love believes all things. Positive. Love is hopeful in all things. And it endures all things. Right? Love never fails. So when people say, oh I've come to the end of my rope, your love fails. That's not the true love. That love is temporal, transient love, sometimes more on the emotional. So many people are infatuated and they go through the feeling aspect of love. But love is a principle that is steadfast. And it always believes, always trusts, always hopes. Love never fails. Now, we have faith, hope, and love. But it says the greatest of these is love. The greatest quality in the universe is love. Love breaks down barriers like nothing else. Love inspires and uplifts. And that's why it is good to do work that you love. You see the difference? Notice here now. When people are doing work that they don't love, they're not happy. When people are doing work that they don't love, they're not satisfied, nor are they fulfilled. And if you keep doing something you don't love for a long period of time, you cannot be fully successful. Why? Because you're not passionate about. Remember the first set of description again. Passion and compassion. Because now you find yourself more depressed, more discouraged, more doubtful. See the dangers, the dangerous D's. Doubtful, discouraged, you get defeated easy because you don't have that happiness, that joy about doing the things that you love. So when you are in love again, notice again couples, right? When couples or young people or fresh or the early stage of love, when they get all that bubbly feeling, they feel in love, what happened? Oh man, they're joyful. You feel excited. You can't wait to see the other person. But when they're in that relationship for a while now, it's like, oh, can't get, what happened? What changed? Because now they begin to realize the principle of love and not just the emotional phases of love. So love bears all things, endures, hopes all things. Love never fails. So when you have love, does that make sense? Right? When you have love now, you will be happy. When you have love in your heart and when you receive love also, you will become more successful because you will be filled with love and you will be doing loving things. So a person who is full of love is a loving person, and therefore from a loving person will flow loving things, kind things, compassionate things, right? So that's why I want you to embrace love, to be filled with love first, then give love and do your best to become, yes, someone who also loves unconditionally. Because you see, the thing is, we put a high call on other people. We want them to love us unconditionally, but we need to first ask ourselves, are we loving unconditionally? Everybody wants unconditional love and people taunt it around, but do you yourself give unconditional love? All right, now I'm going to wrap this in a certain language for our tribe here. Can you honestly say that you love your customer the most, right? You love them. So again, today is a big loving day. Valentine's Day is when people are filled with a lot of love and loving things, right? Now, every last one of us, no matter what your profession is, if you are a professional, doctor, lawyer, engineer, nurse, anything along those lines, teacher, administrator, entrepreneur, business owner, minister, pastor, veteran, whoever you are, every last one of us must ask the question, do we love our customers? Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, do you know that you have customers as well? So if we, because I'm trying to deal with the part now, especially when it comes to being successful, if we begin to show more love for our customers, right? Who are the customers? Let's go there first. Let me give you this way. There's a quotation I normally use here. It says, if you don't love them, someone else will. By the way, that's found in my book here, Strategic Secrets. The most effective success strategies or tactics that you'll ever need to achieve greatness in your life and your career, right? This is the indispensable guide for success creation and achieving true significance and greatness in any area of your life, really and truly. But if you don't tell them, which who are we speaking about? Who are these them? If you don't tell your customers that you love them, somebody else might just do it for you. Zig Ziglar, one of my boys, I love Zig. Right, Zig is gone now, but Zig got me turned on to success and motivation at a young age. But he has a saying, when is the best time to tell your significant other you love them? It might sound funny, but it's serious. He says, before someone else does. When is the best time to show your clients and customers that you love and care about them? Before your competitor does. When is the best time to tell your wife you love her? Before somebody else does. This is some deep stuff, right? We're not meddling, but I'm telling you, I know you all are thinking people. But the reality is There are many people who have lost their customers, their particular customer or client, because they did not show them love. People will go find love where they get it, wherever they receive it, because everyone needs to be loved. And they will go and find love wherever they can find it. So, do you love your customers? Who are your customers? Those that you serve and those who help you to pay your bills. Those are your customers. Okay? So, two sets. Those that you serve, you're called to serve, and those who help you pay your bills. What are we saying? Let's break it down. We're getting there. We're getting there. Zig also said you can have everything in life you want if you will just what? Help enough other people get what they want. Now you see again here, unselfish service. So it doesn't matter if it's in business, in ministry, in your personal life, in your social relationships. Because again, let's see how this can apply. If you have your children, if you help them get what they want, they will continue to help you get what you want. You want peace in the home? If you give peace and help the other partner to find peace, you will become peaceful as well. If you want happiness, help others to be happy and you will be happy as well. Because as the saying goes, when mama is not happy in the house, nobody is happy. See what we're saying? So if you want love, you gotta what? Give love. See, many of us, we just focus on that wanting, that reciprocal, receiving end, but we're not giving it. So that's what unconditional love is to give love in spite of reciprocation. When I love the way God wants me to love, it means I can love people for who they are by virtue of the fact that they just are, without them having to love me back. Even if I do good to them, it does not necessarily mean they have to do good to me. See, we take the golden rule out of context. The golden rule says, do unto others as you would want them or have them to do unto you. It does not mean that they have to do it unto you. It's just that if I want them to do me good, I ought to do them good. See how that works? So that has nothing to do necessarily. It's good to have reciprocated love, but it does not mean that kindness and goodness have to be reciprocated to you. Are we there? I hope that is clear to you. Now let's go on. So, who is my customer? Who is my customer? Because there are different people on this particular webinar. So who are our customers? Well, if you are an employee, then your clients, your boss, your supervisors, and their customers, whatever organization or business or establishment you work for, if it's a nonprofit or ministry, whoever pays those people's bills, whoever pays that company's bill, whoever helps that company to stay in business, those are your customers also. So again, your boss is your customer or client. Your supervisor also is your customer or client. Now, if you're in ministry, pastor, teacher, missionary, anything along those lines, your parishioners, your congregation and their circle, and the agency that hired you, the mission agency who might have hired you, a church or a denomination, these people are your customers. They are your clients, and you therefore owe them love. You ought to love them, right? Paul says we should owe no man anything except to love. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, business person, professional, a doctor, lawyer, engineer, nurse, anything along those lines, then everyone that you do business with is a customer. Not just the ones who buy your products, but it means, yes, it also includes your suppliers, end users, their families, because that's what I'm saying. When you love, and especially for those who are people of faith, you ought to be praying for your clients and their business and their potential customers and their own family members. Because if your client, for example, is having marital problems, family problems, they're going to be unhappy. And when they're unhappy, they might not want to pay you. Because when they're going through family problem, which may lead to a divorce, now they're facing financial difficulties. Now they can no longer afford your services because they're dealing with financial problems. So that's why you have to, out of love, you ought to be praying even for your people who are buying products from you. You ought to be, one of the things I try to do is I try to pray for people who do business with me, that they will indeed prosper. Because when they prosper, they can afford my stuff. Right? Is that being selfish? No, because they'll be happy the more they can earn as well. It's a cycle of love. It must keep going around. But you can't be selfish just wrapped up into your own concerns. Because again, if you forget about your clients, they'll forget about you, chances are, right? Now, here's another thing. If you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, then your clients, of course, include your family, your children, but also it goes beyond your house. The mailman, right? The people who come into your neighborhood to clean up your neighborhood, those are also your clients. Why? Because that's a community. Other people who are doing homeschooling, maybe the kids in the community gets together, that is part of your client list as well. But anyone pretty much that you socialize with in your community is your customer. And don't forget that the most important customer in your house is your family, your children, your spouse. Support them. Show them love. Because when they're happy, you'll be happy. When they're unloved, they're not happy. And therefore you will experience unhappiness as well. So here are 4 great ways to love your customers. Those people that mean the most to you. Those people who help you pay your bills and help you to just live the lifestyle that you live in. Because think about it. That's what I'm saying. We have to begin to focus from a point of love. Because when we really love people, we want the best for them because they're helping us get the best also. Right? So that's why unselfish. When you give to others, most likely it's reciprocated. You don't have to demand it. See, many of us, we're demanding things, but we just have to focus on the giving. Focus on the giving. It's like planting. Focus on the sowing side. As you focus on the sowing, the reaping will come. Reaping, John Maxwell says, is automatic. You don't have to worry about reaping. You will reap if you sow. But your job is what? Sowing. Because the reaping takes care of itself. Because if you don't sow, you're going to reap still. But you're going to reap nothing. You will reap the whirlwind. Sometimes worse than nothing. Okay? So, here are 4 great ways to love your customers. Again, who are your customers? Another good way to put this, your customer is your closest neighbor. Who is my neighbor? Right? Remember someone asked Jesus that, who is my neighbor? He gave him a parable to demonstrate it. So the same way is, who is your customer? Who are the people that you owe love to? Well, anybody who enrich your life. Anybody who is connected to you that helps you to live the kind of lifestyle that you are living right now. So it starts with your close inner circle, your home, your friends, your community, your neighborhood, your city, your state, your country, and you keep going out and going out and going out. But ultimately, we must develop the principle or the characteristics of love. That's the outward part, right, that we see. But what helps with the external is the internal. If love is in the heart, from within, Jesus said, the master teacher, right, from within, out of the heart, the mouth speaks. From within comes these, whether it's good or bad. So if love is in there, love will come out naturally. Does that make sense? Because, again, loving people will do loving things. You don't have to force it. Just embrace it, receive it, let it engulf you, and then watch how it flows out of you almost effortlessly. So I'm going to take the acronym. I'm going to give you 4 great ways to love based on the word itself, love. So we're going to take that as an acronym, LOVE. How can we love those people who are enabling us to live a good life, who are enabling us to carry our message, our mission, and our cause? So right here, you guys, you're part of Strategic Secrets University. You're part of Monetize Your Skill Academy. Some of you have read my books, read my blog posts. So I love you because you empower and enable me to do the things that I'm doing. That's the only doing. If nobody was interested in what I'm doing, I wouldn't be doing it. But it's because I know that you value my stuff, so I want to keep giving you value because you're showing me love by reading my stuff, showing up here. When you give to me, I want to give to you, and vice versa. So number 1, what does L stand for? Listen to them. Listen to your customers. Everyone deserves to be heard, so acknowledge them, because you never know. Their feedback also will help to increase your bottom line. You see, some businesses, they're afraid of customers who who might voice their opinions or whatever, but you have to ask them. Sometimes, even if it's negative, it could be something to help improve your customer service. So listen to the people around you. Listen to your family, listen to your spouse, listen to your children. Listen, because it helps you to do more and to be more. All right? So that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about. So listen. Now, the next thing I want to focus on here now is O. What does the O stands for? Well, outshine them. Outshine your customers. What do we mean by that, right? So this one is from Zappos, right? Wow them by doing more for them than they thought that you can do for them, right? So do more for them than they do for you. Do more for them than they expect, because everyone wants the best. So when you outshine them, you're going the extra mile. You're going above and beyond, right? They expect you to do a certain amount, you do an extra. See? So if you did that for your client, who is your boss as an employee, don't you think they're going to acknowledge you? Because now it's like, wow, they're going above and beyond, right? I expect them here at a certain time. They're here before and they're leaving afterwards. Wow, I only expect them to do this much and they're doing way more than the company expects or demands. Such a person is who you want to promote. That's the kind of person you want to be on your side, because again, that's what love what bears all things, endures all things. So love also goes the extra mile. So when you outshine your customers, you cause them to also want to reciprocate and bless you. V, validate them. Everyone wants to feel accepted and like they've made a good decision. Make them feel that they did right, or they made the right choice by choosing your business, choosing to be in a relationship with you, right? Because sometimes people get in a relationship and it's like they regret being in that relationship. So you got to validate them, recognize them, and let them know how much they are appreciated. Don't let them regret that they chose you. So business is the same thing. Ministry, people who are connected with some ministries or churches, they say, I regret coming to this church, right? I regret the day I came to this church, because they came up in the church with high expectation and it's a whole bunch of drama, or the church is not going anywhere, or they're even dying spiritually. Imagine that. They're supposed to be growing spiritually, but in that place, they're not growing. So you want to make sure, and not only that, but again, some non-profits, you support them financially. You don't hear nothing from them. They don't give you no report. They don't give you no thanks. They just expect every month that you're just going to send them your hard-earned cash. Do you see why that is a problem? Is that showing love? Right? Remember, one of the qualities and descriptions that we first read about is love. Is also one of the qualities is philanthropy, and another one is generosity and benevolence. So when people give to you and your cause, so you can spread your message or whatever it may be, that's them showing you love. How are you as an organization, as a business, or as an individual? How are you returning that love? Are you validating them? Are you making them feel special and appreciated, right? Are you letting them know that you have made the right decision, because they have choices, but they chose you. Same thing in a relationship. So if someone decides that you are the one for them, then therefore make them know that yes, I am truly the one. Not that, hey, after a little while they're like, I really don't know if this was the one for me. And lastly, empower them. People want to feel empowered. They want to know what's in it for me, meaning it's about them, not about you. Do the right thing by them and help them to win. People want to win. People want to be supported. Support them and they will be loyal to you. So these are the 4 great ways that you can love your customers. When you listen to them, hear them out, acknowledge them, communicate with them, take their feedback and their points of consideration, outshine them, wow them, surprise them, be spontaneous, bless them, give them gifts, share with them, validate them, right? Make them feel acknowledged and recognized and appreciated, and then empower them, strengthen them, boost them up, right? Speak well to them and of them, right? And for them. but support them in what they're doing. And whatever your business is, are your products helping them to win in life? So again, if you are a doctor, you should be able to say, when you come to me, I'm helping you to be healthy so you can be wealthy. Or I'm helping you to be healthy so you can live a long life to play with your kids. Right? If you're a dentist, I'm helping you to have a great smile so that you can, when you smile, it gets you that job. You see how we can begin to put our products and services in such a way where now we're really helping people to see we are here blessing you. We're not just taking from you. We're not taking from you. Right? So whatever you want to do, you want to write a book, whatever, how is it blessing the people? What tools are you putting in there so that they can win in their life? Not about you. No one really cares about your story, in the sense that, yeah, your story has significance, but what can it do for me? How does it help me to change my life, to be transformed, to realize and my own potentials? That's the kind of stuff that we want. Are you in ministry? Are you in ministry just to share information? Are you in ministry to help people with transformation? It's about them, it's not about you. So that's what I want to leave with you. I hope that this made sense. Okay, I hope it made sense. I know it makes sense to me, but share your comments. Give us some feedback. Again, love, I believe that love is truly the greatest quality, the greatest gift, the greatest principle. Because when we have it, we can be a blessing. And I see just through some of the things I shared with you here, okay, that love, when you are filled with love, you can indeed become more happy, more successful, and more fulfilled or satisfied in your life. So you owe it to yourself to not only find love, but to receive love and then ultimately give love. When you begin doing that, trust me, you will begin to see your life change on many different levels. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to call me, email me, chance@strategicsecrets.com. And those of you who want to call, you go to strategicsecrets.com and you fill out the information there. We can get on a call with you. We got a free consultation if you want to have that. I want to recommend to you my book, Strategic Secrets. A lot of these principles are in that book. And I only shared with you 4 great ways to actually love your customers, but in this book I gave you seven of them on page 141 right here, right? Page 141. 7 great ways to love your customers. So I left 3 of them out, but I just wanted to focus on that acronym LOVE, so I gave you those 4. Yeah, that's it. Strategicsecrets.com is where we want you to be part of our community. This is a growing university that creates products and resources and programs to be able to help people to master every area of their life, professional life, their personal life, their business life, and spiritual life as well. So that's what we are all about. And we want you to be a part of us. We want you to consider even becoming a monthly supporter as an ambassador. Okay, so there are many things. So here's what I got for you tonight. Again, go get the book. But if you want a 19% off and also with more products in our store, use the coupon code LOVE19, LOVE19. Okay, and all caps. If you put this code in on your checkout, you'll be able to get some of our products like Win Now, Monetize Your Skills, Prayers That Move Heaven, this book, the 40-Day Challenge, and so forth. You can be able to get some of these key products, which are our flagship products, and you get a discount. So that's what I want to give to you as a gift on Valentine's, so you can experience some love. So show us some love, and we show you some love. And also, you know how we do here. Most of the resources that come into us as Strategic Secrets, we use them for helping people around the world. We do a lot of humanitarian work. We've now traveled to over 26 different countries. Last year we were in Ghana, the year before that in Ghana, but we've gone to Zimbabwe, Zambia, Madagascar, Liberia, Mozambique, and so many different places. We share. That's how we give our love as well. So again, benevolence, right? We want to be benevolent. We want to be a blessing. But we believe that when we bless you, then you ought to bless us as well. And one of the ways you can do that is purchasing from us. So go to, again, strategicsecrets.com. You can go to our bookstore, go to our courses, and in the checkout, if it asks for a code, then put in the coupon code love19, love19 on your checkout, and you'll be able to get automatically 19%. So happy Valentine's Day to you wherever you are. If you are looking at the replay, then all weekend long you can take advantage of this 19% off deal as well. So again, use the coupon code love19, and that's it for now. So I'm going to see you at next week. Remember, just mark your calendars, please. Every Thursday we have these webinar trainings consistently. Every Thursday. Even sometimes I'm out of town, I may be traveling and different stuff like that, but we try to make sure that you, as a member of Monetize Your Skills Academy and also Strategic Secrets University, that we keep you abreast of good best practices, relevant best practices today. We want you to take your expertise, education, and your experiences and monetize them so that you can be able to now make a lasting impact. You can be able to fund your dreams and fund causes that you are passionate about. And not only that, but also to sustain your vision and your message. If you have a business, you want to be able to make some more money outside of what you're doing to continue your cause and do the thing. Because all of us, we have passions, but we don't always get to express them because we need resources. And this is what we teach here at Monetize Your Skills Academy and also Strategic Secrets University. May God richly bless you. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next week, Thursday, at 7 p.m. Central.